Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So, today's video, we're going to talk about the 1,400 employees that were let go Friday by Eric Adams. Now, some people are like, well, it wasn't Eric Adams, it was his administration. Doesn't matter. It was Eric Adams who dropped the hammer on firing people who were not vaccinated by February 11th, which was last Friday, sorry. And he just let them go. De Blasio was kicking that can down the road, and he kicked it right at fucking Adams' feet, and Adams goes, fuck him, let's let him go. It's less than 1% of the workforce. We don't need him anyway. We'll get more. It's exactly what he did. So now, supposedly there were 3 to 4,000 people who were going to get fired last Friday. Instead, they only fired 1,400. It was actually 1,436 people were fired throughout the city of New York. Now, the workforce here in New York City, if I'm not mistaken, as far as city workers go, is something like 300,000 workers. So again, it's less than 1%. But interestingly enough, this is where they use the less than 1% argument. When we were using the less than 1% argument during COVID, they were like, but people are still dying. There's still a lot of people dead. You know, you're heartless. Okay, fine. I'm heartless, and I am. But not the point. Now you want to use that less than 1% argument when you're firing people. Well, it's just 1,000 people, just 1,400. They'll find jobs somewhere else, and that's their excuse for letting them go. So instead of just being like, you know what, let's just give those 1,400 people exemptions, blanket exemptions, is what they could have did. They could have gave them blanket exemptions because guess what's not working? The shot. So now, knowing that it's not working, knowing that you only had 1,400 people, less than 1%, if you would have gave them exemptions, it would have been fine. Then people would have been like, well, it's just less than 1% of New York City workers who are exempt from having the shot. And that's where they could have left it. But instead, Eric Adams became the shitbag that he is. Listen, I told you guys Eric Adams was a shitbag. I told you that he was a fucking person to begin with. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt when he was talking about fighting crime. But now he's not fighting crime. Crime's getting worse. He's firing fucking city workers and worried about getting vegan meals in schools. Shows you a lot about this shitbag mayor. So now 1,400 people are out of work, right? And the problem with getting fired from a job like this is that, though if you go to other places, if they know why you got fired, let's say you go to another city. Let's say you go to fucking Kentucky or Kansas or some shit like that, and they find out why you got fired, you're most likely going to get hired, right? If you got fired for any other reason through a city job, it would be hard for you to get hired anywhere else or any other city in the United States. But if a lot of them found out that you got fucking fired because you were making a stand, you're probably not going to have a problem. But still, these people are in a bind. These people are in a jam. Now, there were people who put in a reasonable accommodation, an RA, which is a religious exemption. Those people that put in religious exemptions or reasonable accommodations are still able to work until their reasonable accommodation or religious exemption is finalized. So when it's finally said yes or no, if it's said no, those people are fired. I don't think it's immediately. I think they get a grace period. I don't know what that grace period is. If it's yes, then they get to stay working and they have to take a test every week or some shit like that. That's dumb. But me personally, I wasn't going to put up on any of that shit. It was fucking all or nothing. And I got nothing out of it. But nonetheless, each day that goes by, each day that I see these people get bullied by the fucking administrations and the politicians, I feel better about my choice. I do go through some hard days, but every time I read shit like this, I feel better. I feel better that I didn't have to succumb and put some shit in my body that I didn't need or didn't want. And that doesn't work. I am confident now that this is all bullshit. I mean, I'm even more confident now that this is all bullshit. That this is all some kind of political ploy. That these politicians are realizing this shit isn't working and they're like, fuck it, we gotta follow through. And this is where they are. Now they're firing motherfuckers and letting criminals run rampant. People are getting killed, stabbed in the back. Fucking Eric Adams is worried about getting vegan meals in school for the fucking less than 1% of the kids that need vegan meals, because who eats that shit anyway? Not the point. But guys, this is New York City for you. Worried about the wrong things, firing people because. And now, what are these people going to do? Now, some of these people had backup plans in the making, and some of them people didn't. Some of these people were actually holding on to hope. A lot of these people thought the last protest they did, which was that Monday, leading up to that Friday. Sorry, I think it was like the 8th or the 7th or some shit like that of February. They were marching, and after I found out about the march, I was like, that shit ain't gonna do anything. Eric Adams is gonna look at that march and go, oh my God, these people are marching. They're really pissed about this. You know what? We're gonna reverse that. Said no fucking politician ever. So, protesting is a waste of time. We've all seen that. Even Black Lives Matter and their protesting, if you think about it, guys, all the protesting and the hoopla and the fucking rioting, it didn't change anything. Politicians said they were going to change some shit, but they didn't. So now, what's next? Are we done with fucking protesting, or are we going to take it to the next level? I don't know, guys. I mean, me personally, I'm pretty much not invested in this city anymore. Even though I do love the city, I'm not invested with the bullshit. And as far as me protesting, marching, or taking it to the next level, I don't know. I mean, listen, the next level would be sit-ins. I mean, like legitimate sit-ins. Like, you guys chain yourselves up to to the city hall. Like, that's the next level. The signs and the screaming and the yodeling, that shit don't work anymore. You gotta fucking do some hard shit. You gotta chain yourselves to the fucking city hall gates or to their vehicles or some shit. I don't fucking know. But the screaming and yelling isn't working anymore. It just isn't. Alright guys, so this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. You can like, subscribe to this channel. You can like, subscribe to the Angry Prepper channel, the Angry Lensman channel, and the Angry Prepper Fitness channel, which is starting in March. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching.